Hey, what's up, guys? It's time for another episode of our Season 4 Character Wishlist Discussion Series. Mir, how's it going, man?
Hey, doing well, thanks.
So, we're bouncing between low tier and top tier characters, so I think we should definitely get Guile out of the way here before Season 4 comes. Guile, we sat down, Mir, we talked about him a bit, what we would like to see, and on my side at least, I barely had anything to say. I feel like Guile, even though many consider him, including myself, to be a top 5 character right now, I feel like he's in a good spot. If we tweak the rest of the characters, I think Guile will just kind of be where he's supposed to be in general. Of course, we have some wishlist changes for you guys. But,
I feel like the character does what he's supposed to do very well, and that's what we should keep. And then there's, a couple of discrepancies, I guess, that we're gonna address later.
Yeah, for sure. We'll talk about what makes Guile, come out on top here. Well, first off, I want to start with, going back and first seeing that Guile trailer. Because Guile, he's always traditionally been this character with just 2 special moves, an assortment of normals and stuff. And he's very similar in every single game. But I feel like in Street Fighter V, they did a very good job designing him. It didn't feel too lazy. I like the design of his V skill, his V trigger. Everything suits well. His combos are just right. And in general, I feel like he's a really well-designed character.
Yeah, I definitely agree with this statement.
I know a lot of people are annoyed by Guile because, in an anti-zoning game, Guile still zones very, very well. He's definitely a true zoner to this game. All of his moves complement his zoning very well. His EX Flash Kick buff now knocks the opponent way further across the screen. It can even knock you into a Sonic Boom. His booms are all plus. And he's got a great variety of different zoning. He can throw a very slow Sonic Boom, use it to shield himself, right? Or force the opponent to make an action. Or he can throw a really fast EX Sonic Boom. There's just so much different variety of speeds, and then of course the V-skill booms as well. So
yes,
a lot of variety there. And I think what makes him such a strong character right now, Mira, is that he's too well-rounded in general. He's an excellent zoner. He can do excellent rushdown if he wants to, and he's got excellent neutral as well. So he's more Ryu than Ryu, and I say that a lot in this game. And he's more Nash than Nash. It's Guile's just he has it all, man. He's just a very well-rounded character.
But Vesper, Guile's a charge character.
I thought you were gonna say, but Vesper, he doesn't have a 3-frame normal.
That's true.
That's Sonic Souls line, man.
At least he has a reversal.
He always brings that up, man. When I talk about how well-rounded he is.
I do agree with you that, he's supposed to be a zoner, and he does that job really well.
Yeah.
But that's the only job that he should do extremely well. Like the other categories, like rushdown and, mix-ups and all of that should be toned down a little bit.
Okay. A little bit. Okay.
A little bit.
I would also like to say I would like to see more zoners at this level of Guile. And that's part of the reason why I don't want too much changed on him. Like I said, it's a lot of anti-zoning tools in this game designed from the ground up. And I feel like Guile still overcomes this, right? And, there's characters I would, you would think give Guile a problem, like Cammy, for example. She's got a lot of anti-zoning tools and can rush him down and such. But Guile can still hold his own, and I just want a little bit more of that on the other zoning characters as well, right? Especially Ryu, who can hold his own. But
especially Sagat.
Yeah, or Sagat. And, a part of that reason is just because his booms are so plus. It really helps him that when he's zoning, he's not getting punished for it, especially up close. So, anything you want to talk about on Guile in general, Mir, before we go to the wishlist part?
Like I said, I really appreciate how Capcom managed to design the character by adding, V-skill, V-triggers, and all of that. Like, it just fits the style and the game plan of the character very well. So, like we said before, I feel like it's very well designed, but, like, it just... They managed to make him fit the game, and that's the most important part, because they gave him exactly what a character needs to be a good character,
Yeah.
Including the, powerful V-triggers to make comebacks. So, it's kind of hard for me to say, we should nerf this character to the ground or buff this character, because it feels like it's in a really good spot. Like, it just works very well. And it should be more of a basis of, we should look at Guile and to see what a good character looks like, like a character that works, and base our decisions from there, basically.
Okay. So now we're on to the wishlist part. Now I don't think we have any buffs there for him, but these are all pretty small nerfs. If there is only one change I would want with Guile, this is what it would be. And I really want Capcom to look at his upside down kick, which seems to get changed like every single season, by the way. I think upside down kick is absurdly strong, and I think it's the single best normal attack in the game if we consider command normals. It's just so good. It's a good throw bait. It's an excellent neutral tool that you can just throw out that can, high profile lows. You get a massive reward when it lands. An even bigger reward on counter hit. It's safe on block. It's just so damn good. Upside down kick in this game. And with Guile having so many situations where he can end up next to you, plus the upside down kick becomes that much more dangerous. It's kind of like this weird, like, I wouldn't say a command grab, but it's just, I don't know, man. There's a lot of moves that are they're airborne, that look airborne in this game, but they're not actually airborne, but upside down kick. I don't remember when it becomes throw invincible. I think it's frame 9 or something. But this thing it's very easy to land, and you see a lot of matches, people fear it so much that they literally just take the throw from Guile. They literally just take it. So for upside down kick, I don't want to ruin the fun of this move, because the combos you can do from it are great for comebacks and such, especially when Guile needs to change gears. So I think the best way is to simply make it -4 on block rather than -2. That way Guile can't just spam it out and then go for this 50-50 upside down kick throw game, and he'll at least get a small punish from it when he's unsuccessful. And even at -4 in Mirror, Guile can simply just space this properly. And they won't even be able to punish it anyways for a lot of characters.
Yeah, at least when you use it as a neutral tool, yeah, definitely. You can space it so that, you can go over lows and hit the opponent, but not get punished in case they block. Of course, if you go for the throw bait, which is additional risk, then, you have to be in their face.
Right.
So otherwise, you cannot get the jab to combo afterwards. Yeah. So then you would get punished.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a very fair change. Like, the move in and of itself makes sense that it's safe, but at the same time, with Guile having plus on block booms, like you said, just makes it so much scarier. So making it unsafe is a small price to pay, I feel, to make it more balanced.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, he doesn't just use it as a throw bait, he can use this in neutral too. So it's just So right there, guys, I feel like that's all I want with Guile. Of course, I'm going to read off a little bit more here. But in terms of his zoning, I know a lot of you guys are like, oh man, Guile's zoning is just way too good, way too good. I feel like Capcom should focus more on some of the characters that are really susceptible to zoning and really look at them and buff up some of their anti-zoning tools to make them better. And they have been doing that in past patches. And I think that's a better way to look at this than to simply just put Guile down and just making zoning just not effective at all in the game, So the next change is Light Sonic Boom to be sped up slightly. When I say slightly, so it won't affect his combos, because there are some combos where he needs to use Light Sonic Boom, but more so we're nerfing the fact that Guile can, when he's full screen away from the opponent, he can't just do a Light Sonic Boom and literally just pace himself with the boom and use it as a shield. He basically has to dash to outrun the boom, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. The idea is that, like, right now, Guile's movement speed is good enough so that, like, having this Sonic Boom in front of you is literally like a shield. And at the same time, you can also block because you're walking. So, when you get close, you can decide to just down back. And if the opponent does a reversal to do to go through a boom and try to hit you, you can just defend against it, very easily. But by making it a little bit faster and forcing Guile to dash after a boom, to keep up with it, or trying to, go faster than it, then that opens up an opportunity for a defending player to, like I said, use a reversal and hit him, because during a dash you cannot block. So like that's that could be another way of affecting his rushdown game, because of course it makes it so that he has to take a few more risks. And also, when you throw out the Sonic Boom, the Light Sonic Boom, there's a lot of situations where if you're not very precise with your jump, you're gonna land on it. And then you can get supered, you can get flash kicked, like there's so many things that can happen. Or, knee bazooka into a reset. So that would also help, like if you have the boom go faster, then it's gonna be easier to jump over it as well.
Right. Like Guile has decent walk speed. Like that's one of the big differences between him and Nash is the mobility, right? Where Nash has to dash constantly. And Bison, when he does his EX Cycle Blast, he has to dash forward because his moves are so slow. But it's very similar to the situation that Guile does, which he does for free. Even Ed's V-Trigger 1 is used in that way, but it's a V-Trigger. So it just, a Light Sonic Boom, it doesn't sound threatening, but it is. It's a big deal for Guile. It's a very strong tool for him.
Especially when you have upside down kick.
yeah, for sure. Okay, next change, the Sobat kick distance reduced. That's his forward medium kick or back medium kick. You wanted this one, Mir? Go ahead and explain.
I was, since we were struggling so much thinking about nerfs, because like, we just think that the character is in a decent spot.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this because what you see in tournaments a lot is that since, first of all, the Sobat kick, the rolling Sobat is safe. That's important to mention. But what happens is that after doing a Sobat, if you do it from tip range, because of pushback and whatnot, you're at that perfect space where you can do it again, basically. So, and that's only possible because the Sobat moves forward and backwards as well, quite a bit. So by nerfing it a little bit, just this distance that it covers, you can make it a little bit less abusable, a little bit less mindless. Because I want to remind you guys, this move goes over lows, and a lot of characters use lows to play neutral. Like Ryu uses his crouching medium kick, for example, right?
Yeah.
So having a move that also has a reward on counter hit, like to go over lows like this is very important in certain matchups. So just this small nerf will tone it down just a tad.
Right. He already has like another upside down kick. Once again, is another high profile attack, and with Guile, I mean, a lot of characters that deal with his zoning when they're in sweep distance of him is to sweep him. Right? They need to reach his toes as he's throwing that Sonic Boom to get that crush counter, or sweep him down. And a lot of times you're gonna get clipped by a Sobat kick, and also, the Sobat kick, when it was first designed, it's a move to allow Guile to offensively press a button and maintain a charge, right? You can hold back, do a Sobat kick, and then release a boom, for example. So it's just a very, very good move, and I think reducing its distance that it goes is not too big of a request. Yeah. And that's it, guys. That's all the changes we went to Guile. Like I said, it's a very short list of things. I do think if they speed up his Light Sonic Boom and go after the upside down kick, I do feel like it will bring Guile down just a tad, because those are very important tools for him. But we were thinking about his V-Triggers too, and we both agree that both his V-Triggers are very well balanced, and they are used. V-Trigger 1 is a little bit more popular, of course, but I do feel like there is a place for V-Trigger 2. Especially for preference on certain matchups. I think they're both well-rounded. I mean, V-Trigger 2 is extremely powerful at the beginning of Season 3 with the normal Sonic Boom V-Trigger cancel, but they nerfed that, so I think they're both in a good spot now.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot that you could do to these V-Triggers to balance them, because they already kind of like, cover different weaknesses of the characters, of the character. They help with, the comeback, with comebacks, by adding damage or opportunity to open up your opponent, especially with V-Trigger 1, with having all the booms cover you, and then you can attempt a cross-up or an overhead, right? And, V-Trigger 2 is just that explosive damage and, coverage when in neutral. I mean, they just do their job really well, and they're different enough so that they're not boring. They're just very creative V triggers that work. So yeah, we're satisfied with them. I would say.
Anything else you want to talk about, Mir?
Well, I mean, I guess someone will probably mention this at some point, but
What's up?
We mentioned that sonic booms are plus, and
Right.
so someone could say, you know, why not nerfing sonic booms so that they're not plus anymore? But I feel like that's a core element of the character, just because, well, first of all, like I joked in the beginning, but you know, it's actually the truth of the matter is he's a charge character,
Right.
so he does kind of need it. He does kind of need one of his only 2 special moves to be like that, because if you're walking behind a sonic boom, you're not gathering charge unless you're, you know, using knee bazooka or whatever. But in that case, you know, you're not just walking, you're kind of like taking a risk.
Right.
So, and when you're even completing like block strings on your opponent, you kind of want the sonic boom to be, you know, more positive on block, because so that you can back up and continue your zoning game or apply pressure if you want. Because again, if you're walking forward, you're not charging, so you don't have access to your special moves.
Yeah.
So having plus on block sonic booms just really complement this zoning playstyle that Guile has, especially when they're blocked, you know, in even in a neutral situation, because it just, since they're so fast and they're plus on block, it allows them to put another sonic boom on screen and continue to zone, while other characters, you know, like have to take more risks just because they're not designed to be zoning characters, right?
Yeah.
So that just allows Guile to be more flexible in the decisions that he can make, just because the sonic boom is such a powerful tool, even, you know, without spending the X meter on it. Yeah, and I feel like it's just a core element to his game plan, just like his flash kick, of course.
Right. I mean, there's some other fireballs for some different characters that need to be looked at in terms of how minus they are on block, for sure. So I think that, like I said, once again, rather than bringing the zoners down, they should look at the other zoners as well and bring it up to Guile's level. So, guys, let us know what you think. Do you guys agree with us that Guile's in a good spot right now and will be in a good spot next season? Or do you guys think he's just too crazy? He gives too many low-tier characters too many problems. His zoning is too strong. Let us know in the comments below. Do us a solid. Please subscribe to the channel. And, of course, like the video. And we'll be back with another character to discuss before Season 4. Alright, guys. Till then, take care.